Welcome aboard. This is William on Watch. So this is an introduction video where I'm going to tell you just a little bit about myself, the mission of the channel, and what to expect of future episodes. So I spent many years living in the ruby red southeastern United States, where pretty much all my family and friends and co-workers and neighbors religiously vote Republican. I've worked paycheck jobs, I've run my own small business, and managed a couple of others. And while I have no formal background in political commentary, I do have about a half a century of observing how American politics actually works. And here's one thing I've learned. The Republican Party exists for one reason only. And it's not freedom or patriotism. It's not for God and country. Its single mission is to serve the economic interests of corporations and the wealthy, full stop. But to my red state brothers and sisters, the Republican Party exists to save the soul of America from the demon Democrats. They are fully indoctrinated culture warriors. Conservative media and Republican politicians have worked tirelessly to create emotional triggers, to divide, to create fear, anger, anything to keep working people, regular people, voting Republican. Because here's the deal. The rich folks don't have enough votes to win elections on their own. They need a base, a big, loyal, fired-up base. So they get working-class people to ignore their own economic interests and vote Republican by feeding them a steady diet of disinformation and deception. The Dems are coming for your guns. The libs want to ban the Bible. They execute babies after they're born. Your kids will be a different sex when they come home from school. They're going to eat your dogs and cats. All nonsense, designed to keep people fearful and angry enough to stampede the polls come Election Day and vote against those demented Democrats. Culture war issues are basically shiny objects designed to distract paycheck people from voting for their own economic interests. Because to do that, they would have to look to the other party, the one that delivers programs and policies that make lives better, healthier, safer for everyday folks. The GOP bashes such programs because, again, they don't benefit rich folks. Multimillionaires don't need Social Security or Medicare or Medicaid. They don't need unemployment insurance or SNAP. They don't benefit from the Affordable Care Act or the National Labor Relations Act or the Fair Labor Standards Act or the Family and Medical Leave Act. So while all these have very much improved our lives, Republicans want none of the cost to be paid by corporations or the wealthy. That's why Republicans have consistently tried to undermine or eliminate programs benefiting everyday people in order that the rich who gain more wealth every day might avoid sharing any part of the success this country has afforded them. But that's how the game's played by the right, and it's working better than ever. The wealth distribution curve is getting steeper and steeper in favor of the rich, and its exponential rise will one day cause that curve to become vertical. So we're going to break that down episode by episode. We're going to look at the charts and the facts. And speaking of facts, legacy media, the big networks, they occasionally still push back on lies, but it's becoming quite clear that real-time aggressive fact-checking of politicians is very quickly going away. Trump has begun denying access to corporate media that dares to question his lies or policies, which puts our free press in jeopardy. But the GOP relies on disinformation. That's why they lose their minds over fact-checking by social media platforms. It's why they claim their views are being, quote, censored. They're not being censored. Disinformation is being flagged as disinformation, and that disinformation is being created by conservative operatives to control the base. So yes, the GOP and conservative media strongly defend their First Amendment freedom to lie to the public as much as they wish. Because if they had to win elections based on what they've done to truly improve your life, they'd lose every time. Because they've done nothing to improve your life. This channel is here to call it like it is, to dissect the lies, to break down the propaganda, and hopefully to arm you with the knowledge to confidently respond to your conservative friends and family with questions about whether MAGA truly serves them or whether it's merely exploiting the very fear and anger they've created. This really gets to the heart of my motivation. For years I've been offended by the expectations of conservative leaders that I'll believe whatever absurd lie they dangle in front of me, that I'm ripe for being played, that because I may fit some demographic they're targeting, I'm not smart enough to see their true objectives, and neither are my friends, family, neighbors, and so forth. It's insulting to all of us. We should have called out their game a very long time ago and insisted that if they want our support, they need to stop their obvious efforts at manipulation and win our votes with their ideas and policies that will permit all Americans to share in the prosperity of this nation. Okay, now a quick word about production. My wife and I are longtime sailors, and since retiring, we enjoy spending much of our time aboard our sailboat. We actively cruise the boat both domestically and internationally, so some episodes will be filmed aboard the boat in a marina, but often we'll be at anchor somewhere or tied to a mooring ball. That means you might hear the occasional foghorn, or cruise ship loudspeaker announcement, or a seagull chiming in, or wind in the rigging, whatever. Hopefully you'll just consider that to be part of the channel's charm. So at this time, I can't commit to a specific upload schedule, though my plan is to provide multiple new videos per week. But I am the entire production crew, and I'll also be occupied with vessel maintenance and occasional sailing passages. So I hope you'll bear with me as I work out a schedule for uploads. In terms of community, I encourage you to engage, talk, share your thoughts on topics under discussion in the comments. Please just keep it civil. Debate is good, hate is not. So let's not make America hate again. I intend to read all comments, though my schedule may not permit me to reply to every one. My apologies for that. So that's the intro. If this sounds like a channel you want to be a part of, hit like, hit subscribe, tap that notifications bell so you don't miss new episodes. We're just getting started, and I hope you'll be aboard for the ride. Until next time, fair winds.